Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinardata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
Iraq plans currency redenomination amid economic challenges. Quote, many countries remove zeros from their currencies to revalue the national currency and facilitate financial transactions. This process involves eliminating a certain number of zeros from the nominal value of the currency, making it less inflationary and more stable. Removing zeros from the Iraqi dinar is back in the spotlight. Strengthening the currency or just changing its form. U.S. Department of Treasury, Deputy Secretary of the Treasury has support for the Central Bank of Iraq and the Prime Minister's reform agenda. He's applauded Iraq's 6% growth in the non-oil economy. Here they are just getting started and they've already got 6% increase. That's huge, you guys. That's really big. Channel 1 News is showing the Kuwait dinar currently at $3.60. They're talking about the Kuwait dinar. Frank, what the hell for? You know why? By 48.5%. Banks Association, financial inclusion in Iraq has increased. When will they feel they have achieved enough? I think they are about there already. Choo choo. We have Sodoni in New York, and Alalok, governor of the CBI, is openly discussing deleting the zeros, which is kind of a first for him. And we have HCL movement in Iraq. There is big stuff going on. Article, tomorrow the launch of employees' salary financing that came out yesterday, so it is today. Today they are getting paid. This is HCL, hydrocarbon law, stuff going on. Article, Kurdistan deposits nearly 100 billion dinars of its non-oil revenues in the Baghdad Treasury EMO. They would not be doing this if they were not done with HCL, look for an announcement at any moment. The 23, 24, 25 tripartite budget for investment, they haven't exposed it yet. Why not? Probably because it has an exchange rate sensitivity to it. Iraq has been secretly amending the budget in the background, preparing for this budget period and getting the budget done. After they approved it June 3rd, it was never really completed or published in the Gazette. They've been secretly amending it since that point forward. This investment has gotten real. Television is telling us if we make cash payments on bills, we will be charged an extra 5%. If we use our cards to make payments, we will not be charged 5% extra. Isn't that the opposite of normal ways of doing it? Frank, that is correct. You're going international. You have to use your cards. If you use cash, you'll be punished. Use your cards. This is concerning. Why do Iranian-backed militias keep targeting Israel? This information comes from 9 different sources. These are real missiles. This is a real news story. The Israeli Air Force successfully intercepted multiple aerial threats from Iraq. These included 2 cruise missiles, rockets, drones. Israel Defense Forces confirmed the interceptions with no targets breached Israeli airspace. The Islamic resistance in Iraq tied to Iran claimed responsibility. My concern is Israel will respond to Iraq in a harsh way. It does not matter who is launching the deadly missiles, the threat is coming out of Iraq. Prime Minister, we support investments that aim to diversify the economy away from oil. The only problem we all have here in America, Canada, Australia, England or wherever, you have to find a way to exchange that big bills to smaller bills. I'm talking about Iraq dinars. You change the 25,000 to 500s. This how is going to be? They're going to have the 1s, 5s, 10s, 25s, 100s, 250s and 500s. That's what they're going to have. If you have 25,000, note, it's going to be 25,000 dinar. In Iraq, pay attention to this one. Al-Alaq, we are constantly reviewing the deletion of dinar zeros, and there are no restrictions on the balances in America. That part, no restrictions, is telling us that Iraq is in charge of its own money. In this article, when you do a deep dive in it, they are doing exactly what they did in Kuwait with the terminology and phrasing, and telling us it's time to remove those zeros. In Kuwait they greatly increased the value, they had to turn them in for lower denomination notes or deposit them in banks. Question: so we have to exchange our 25k notes for lower denoms before we exchange? Marks: no, that is how it worked in Kuwait. U.S. Deputy Treasury Secretary Wali Adeyemo confirmed that the Treasury's support for the Central Bank of Iraq and Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani's reform program to improve the economic situation in the country. Adeyemo met with al-Sudani on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly to discuss reforming the Iraqi banking sector, financial relations with the United States, and combating illicit finance, according to a statement from the U.S. Treasury. The statement said that the Deputy Secretary of the Treasury praised the 6% growth of the non-oil economy in Iraq. The statement added that Adeyemo asked al-Sudani about the steps he is taking to diversify the Iraqi economy away from hydrocarbons. U.S. Deputy Treasury Secretary Wali Adeyemo noted Iraq's significant progress in reforming its banking sector, which has expanded Iraq's international financial connectivity and increased financial inclusion,